in theory.
Is it once again like a thing where you just like have no idea and okay, that's fine.
Just because of the way DOSBox pushes everything onto this screen and then puts itself on top.
Yeah.
So I just can't see OBS under any of this. So it's
Alright,
a
well, whatever.
Let's see.
I think.
Your volume.
Well, there's no volume in the splash screen.
That's
so
true.
You're gonna start it and it's
Go ahead and mute that for right now.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship
You're
Enterprise.
right. I can't mute it either, or I would. I realize
Demon
that, even if I muted it here for us, it would still be playing for everyone watching.
Though the Enterprise's primary mission is peaceful.
Captain Patterson.
The Republic is on.
Okay. We're through that stuff that you have to do every time you want to play the game. Let's turn off music and SFX for a second. How did you feel about that last segment?
It was a bit of nonsense, isn't it? Like, the idea that there are, like, these weird... I think it's setting you up for this idea of, like, if you want to get 100%, if that's your goal, then you have to, like, realize that there are stupid little procedural things you're going to have to do. Like, the official...
Scan everything.
If you want to be exemplary for Starfleet performance, you need to scan everything, talk to everybody, be as diplomatic as possible. So we're sitting here and we're just like, well, these hijackers, they've given us 2 different ways to storm the bridge, so let's storm the bridge. And we did it
3 ways.
3 ways.
3 ways, in fact, it tells you, because it also suggests beam the bomb onto the bridge, go out into the hall, and the guys will run out, but it doesn't give you that option if you do it, it just kills them.
Yeah.
But
then, like, looking up, like, okay, what are we supposed to do for optimally? And it's like, yeah, you storm the bridge, but then you talk to him. It's like, okay, I guess.
I'm also fascinated that when you storm the bridge, like, Kirk is the only one who shoots his phaser. Not like any of the other phaser sequences that we've seen where... Well, I guess with the Klingons, Kirk was the only one who fired, too. In that first, like, encounter.
Yeah, because when you fought the boulders, he said, assume firing position or whatever.
Yeah. It's really bizarre that that's not a thing that happens, like, just in combat in general, that, like, your other dudes also shoot. What do you think about that delightful pixel hunt for the one place where you can...
That's just going to be a thing that happens. Like, that's not even...
The joy of this era of games.
Yeah, like, that's not even this game. That's all games of this genre. So, expect to see that happen again. Okay, so we are now in Chapter 3.
We have... beamed over to the ARC-7 station, where Carol Marcus is conducting
doing
research.
Something, and there's Romulans, and they're unhappy. I recall from our childhood that this mission is going to be garbage.
Okay.
I feel like this one is particularly bad.
Okay.
Granted, I was, 7 when I played this or whatever, so, maybe that won't be the case still, but... I definitely feel like this one's going to be a lot of trial and error, merge random objects that you don't understand together to try to figure out how they interact with each other and see what happens. So you're going to unmute it.
Yep. I was just kind of getting a feel for what was interactable here while we were talking.
Yeah.
Whatever is like right here.
It's a vent.
That vent, I guess. So we need to make sure that we notice that's a thing.
Yeah.
So last time I asked you what you thought about if we should look things up, and partially that was because we don't have a standard yet. So
I don't.
We're gonna have to decide like what our.
I don't take this particularly seriously. I don't think it really matters that much. I knew that at least with the first 2 missions, there was nothing that really needed to be looked up. I knew it wasn't that complicated. I knew there was just some stupid thing, because, like, I knew, you need to deactivate the bomb to open up the thing, but, like, there was just, like, a breakdown in the functionality of the mechanics that wouldn't let you do what you were trying to do.
Like,
and anyway, it was just
when we first went in there, I was even like, oh, I seem to remember you, like, click on the wires, and I tried that, and everything just blew up, and I was like, okay, is this not the way that is? Is it just one thing?
Lower on the wires.
Yeah. Just a really odd system.
So, like, we can just fumble around until we don't feel... I think this is very likely to be a 2-parter. I think this could take so long, it's like, we gotta take a break.
That's
we gotta
fair.
just stop
That's
doing
fair.
this for now and come back to it later.
That's why we'll just do little segments, and then we'll cut them all together. Okay, let's go ahead and unmute here, and we can start. Let's see. I need to go in here. Feel like music going. Get those sound effects up. Let's start by asking.
Nice view of the Romulan ship. How comforting.
Nothing unusual here, Captain, though the station's computer may be able to tell us something.
This is a very dangerous situation, sir. We should proceed with caution.
Mute the music for this room. Like, this is
pretty bad.
intolerable. Sound effects can be on, but that's like the you've screwed up music, and it's just gonna play in
Pretty
like
terrible.
an 8-second loop. So it's just,
We'll have to decide if
The main
just
computer
aren't
banks of the ARC-7. It looks
using music for this game. Oh, I guess he's not gonna read all of that for us. Looks like someone has recently been rummaging through the main data banks.
how would you know that?
I guess because of the
Is that
way
how computers work in the future? Is
It
you can
is.
just see that someone was...
Yeah, they came into the desktop and they moved everything out of the folders to look through them. That's
He's
how
there
it
looking,
goes.
He's there looking through the browser history,
Yeah.
and he's like, hey, somebody's been
nothing
searching
to
for stuff
report,
here.
Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report.
Check out that vent for sure.
Yeah. I'm just curious why.
Spock, check out the station's computer and see what you can dig up.
Having him scan it
Dr.
wasn't good
Marcus,
enough.
log. Supplement.
An audio bug, I think.
Yeah, that might be true.
It's okay.
Continued testing of this virus that's harmful for Romulans and Vulcans. Oh no, Spock's gonna get sick.
Yeah. I'm so shocked when they're like, oh, this thing's bad for Romulans, and they're
Yeah.
like, let's just beam on.
Beam
It's
over,
fine. It's
yeah.
like, why? Okay.
Sterilize both labs, purge the circulation system, make sure no traces of the virus will remain viable. Oh, my phone's going off. I suppose that could be somebody trying to chat with us in Twitch. I guess I should open this real quick and see if that's true.
I feel like it's unlikely, but okay.
It is not, but I'll go ahead and leave this open so that I can at least see what's going on.
Yeah, so there was a chemical spill, and some Romulans died.
Oh no,
It's
terrible. It's a good thing.
Doctor, you may
no
be
one's
interested in the
Romulans.
medical data file.
Yeah, something's wrong with our sound there.
Once you come out of this, try putting the music back on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Unmute and remute or whatever.
Nothing unusual here, Captain, though the station's computer may be able to tell.
Yeah, it may just be that. Let's just recreate this real quick.
Spock, check out the station's computer and see what you can dig up.
Dr. Marcus, log. Supplemental. Continued testing of the
okay.
Ouroboros virus confirms its...
Doctor, you may be interested in the medical data file
Yeah.
appended.
So this is just on the music track, apparently.
Okay, so use the doctor on the computer now.
That's reasonable.
Now that's interesting. There's more here. All of Dr.
Dr. Marcus's research data. Let me see, virus growth patterns.
Yeah, turn the music on. We got it.
This
half
button
the
works
experience.
fast.
Half the
Is this
experience
really
is
the time to catch up on your reading?
Half the the experiences. The
Now listen
voices.
here, you pointy-eared...
Gentlemen, I think we have more pressing problems.
Jim, there is an appended medical database on...
Okay.
Okay.
That implied to me that you're supposed to.
Do something. To get
No,
through
have him touch it again. It sounded like it was like there's a medical database.
Yeah.
Please select subject
okay.
on Ouroboros virus TL nitrous ammonia dihydrogen exit
Yep,
Ouroboros
that's what I remember is there's a bunch of stupid
Ouroboros
crap.
virus. Atypical growth patterns for L-type virus. Opportunistic pneumococcal mimic affecting Romulo-Vulcan genotype.
Just turn it way down.
Contact or airborne vector with alveoli microcollapse. Involvement immediately upon exposure. Tissue dehydration follows normal flooding. Mortality 0.6 in 1.0 stardates. 1.0 within 2.0 stardates treatment none. Named for the mythic world snake that swallows its own tail.
Alright. Well, damn, man. That's pretty lethal.
Please select subject Ouroboros TDH gas. The chemical compound tantalum bilithium phthalo dihydroxide, colorless, odorless, non-flammable, gaseous at 1 atm, and temperatures within a human norm.
Okay, so Spock starts laughing.
Among Vulcans and Romulans, in
yeah.
whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration, euphoria,
You know, there's
sometimes
gas.
leading to unconsciousness. In post-industrial pre-spaceflight era, a social problem evolved when crude TLTDH became popular to hook up from non-conductive tantalithial compounds commonly used as electrical insulation.
Okay, so we're gonna need some electrical insulation off of wires, probably, so that we can cook up our own TLTDH.
Please select Ouroboros T and nitrous oxide.
Okay, yeah.
Nitrous oxide, a colorless non-flammable compound, N2O, gaseous at 1 atm, and temperatures within a human norm. Please select Ouroboros T ammonia, dihydrogen oxide exit, diammonia, ammonia, a colorless pungent compound, NH3, a common byproduct of metabolism in carbon-based life forms. Liquid or gaseous at 1 atm. Compounds widely used in agricultural, medical, and industrial. Please select Ouroboros ammonia dihydrogen oxide, a colorless, tasteless, non-flammable compound, H2O. Water, liquid,
Okay.
solid, or gaseous. Please select Ouroboros ammonia dihydrogen exit.
So, learning.
Okay.
Science.
Okay, let's go check
I
out
certainly
this.
see nothing there calling for a ship.
Okay, sorry.
You tried to use the doctor on those
I'm
notes.
sorry. Here, I'll go over here and investigate these vents myself. Oh, okay. I guess we walked in here, that wasn't a vent, that's just stray door pixels over there, maybe. Well, that giant space gun looks safe. Let's check
A
it out.
Hawking neutrino accelerator. It is one of the finest in production today. A Crygelian tube basic compound distillator. Excellent piece of equipment for reducing complex materials to their basic compounds. A Crygelian tube. It is a standard research. There are multiple culture samples of the virus within the freezer, Captain. Residue of a viral agent is still within the chamber. Nothing to report, Captain.
Uh-oh.
There's nothing there requiring a ship stop.
What? I want you to scan the
There's
virus
nothing there requiring a
samples.
ship.
You know, scan Spock.
There's nothing there requiring... He's infected with the virus, Jim.
Nailed it.
I don't have the proper medicine.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that?
So yeah, there's a fridge there with some samples.
Oh, okay. Can I now have you interact with the samples, Dr. Man?
There's nothing there required.
Okay. Or don't. I'll just handle these virus samples myself.
The nozzle is empty.
Well, let's fill it with some
The
virus.
chamber is empty.
Yep, and so you can.
There's nothing at the
Pretty sure you
moment.
can put like things in there and then merge them together, and then yeah. So that's what this is all about.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a cure.
You take the Ouroboros virus culture.
Okay.
So
Probably in the chamber. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm gonna need like some gas from somewhere. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we can make water. So we're gonna have to combine elements in various ways based on what the computer in the other room told us.
Nothing to report.
Good.
Nothing to report. Nothing to report.
And you are real helpful
This
as a
is a
science
synthesizer
officer.
used to combine and replicate chemicals and form new compounds. This particular model has twin gas feeds. This is the door to the synthesis chamber.
In principle, Captain, this device is quite simple. When this chamber is empty and gas tanks are attached, it will combine the gases to make new compounds. If chemicals are placed in the chamber, the machine will combine them with the gases to create new materials.
Next, you'll tell us the DNA molecule is simple.
Compared to many molecular models, it is, Doctor.
I rest my case.
Alright. Anything else over here?
This is a storage cabinet.
What's in my storage cabinet here?
A small field effect anti-gravity unit useful for moving things too heavy to lift and
That sounds helpful. Let's take that.
you take the anti-grav unit.
Okay. Let's just check and see. Is that really?
You look but see nothing of note.
Can't even tell if that's. Yeah, that must all just be door. Okay. Just got a really big field in front of it. Let's go down.
you might need to use the ladder. Yeah.
Watch out, sir. It looks like the Romulans have taken control of the...
Well,
Oh. Well,
Load a previously saved game.
alright.
lesson learned.
I'm glad it was like, watch out, sir. I didn't save anything. So,
No, but it's okay because I'm pretty sure you're on a timer in this mission.
And I'm gonna have to come back and search for things in the computer anyway. Oh, the music isn't miserable now. Weird. I guess that was just some kind of audio bug that was happening.
A Hawking neutrino
So what shot at me?
nothing to report.
The Romulans are down there.
Oh.
So you went to go down there and they shot you. So you need to make some laughing gas and throw it down.
Yeah.
There's a wrench. Better just take that wrench.
But that's gonna be a spanner.
You fail to obtain. You pick up a large wrench.
Damn it. I thought for sure they were gonna call it a spanner.
The panel opens.
Oh, we're gonna need that.
Well, you need the anti-grav unit.
The tank is large and heavy.
Yeah.
And attached. Okay, so we gotta use this wrench.
The tank detaches easily.
I guess this made it easier to replace the tank every so often, eh, Captain?
Senator Ferris, you do not have permission to speak.
Oh, I thought I brought that. Oh, I haven't been there yet. I'm dumb. Forgot for a second that Kirk had just died before I did this thing.
Lieutenant Ferris, why don't you go use that ladder over there?
Seems like a reasonable use of personnel.
You take the anti-grav.
Okay, so we can make water.
Yep.
We
We make nitrous oxide. So we just need to go look at what the chemical composition of
Romulan
Vulcan
laughing gas.
is. Yeah. I'm sure it was thoroughly tested by the developers.
You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank.
It sure beats hauling it around on our back, sir.
Why don't we just make our security officer do that?
Turbines of a Cochrane 500 class fusion drive, manufactured over a century ago on Alpha Centauri.
I didn't realize that they use these old fusion reactors anymore.
Actually, Doctor, as Mr. Scott would tell you, the Cochrane 500 is renowned for its reliability and perfectly suited for a station of this size.
Hey, this thing's real old, isn't it?
Lieutenant Ferris.
This is an engineering access panel allowing repairs to be made to...
Find some wiring!
Yeah, let's go strip that out.
You need something to pry this open.
Uh-oh.
Let's use this wrench. Yeah, cool.
Use Lieutenant Ferris.
Yeah. Use the wrench on Lieutenant Ferris.
The panel is open.
Sick.
You see vast quantities of dust and stripped insulation from wiring repairs made to the console in the past.
We're gonna cook up some of our own drugs, so I wanted pickup.
You fail to obtain any...
That's fair.
You grab a handful of insulation.
Good. Everything in there?
You grab a handful...
Okay, I think that's it for this room.
Go back real quick. Can you interact with the vent in that room? It's over on the right.
This is a screen and filter for the ventil...
There you go.
Yeah.
You need something to pry it...
Gonna
Lieutenant Ferris.
drop your
Gas.
down this shaft. Okay.
The vent is now open. It leads to the lower deck.
Great. Okay. I'll whip up some H2O and give it to him.
Save here real quick, I think.
Save new game. Replace, delete, cancel. Save new, replace previous game.
Let's replace a previous game. Let's replace stream, and we'll keep the start of this mission as a save. So we can go back if we need to.
Okay.
Let's go over here and write down the chemical compositions of things. Let's see, I need Spock to look at this thing.
Then the doctor looked at it twice.
Yep.
Dr. Marcus Long.
Yep.
Supplemental.
There's a
Doctor,
chemical
you may be
spill.
interested in the medical data file appended.
Now that's interesting. There's more here. All of Dr. Marcus' research data on the...
Is this really...
Now listen here, you pointy-eared...
Gentlemen, I think we have more pressing problems.
Jim, there is an appended medical database online. All...
Please select subject Ouroboros
Okay.
virus.
We
Atypical
need...
growth patterns for L-type virus.
Okay, so you said nothing about
Opportunistic
this.
Pneumococcal mimic.
Right, because that's not a thing you make.
Please
That's
select
they have the virus
Ouroboros
samples already.
TDH gas. The chemical compound tantalum, bilithium, phthalo, dihydroxide, colorless, odorless,
So it's
non-flammable,
gonna be like
gaseous
water.
at 1 atm, and temperatures within a human norm.
Lithium.
Early anesthetic among Vulcans and Romulans, in whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration,
So it's gonna be like water and insulation.
Select Suboroborus T and
Sounds
nitrous
healthy.
ammonia. Ammonia, a colorless pungent compound, NH3.
Okay, so we don't want to make NH3 accidentally.
Please select subject Ouroboros T
It's not yet.
ammonia dihydrogen oxide. Exit. Data ammonia nitrous oxide. A colorless phase select Ouroboros virus T and nitrous oxide TLTDH gas. The chemical compound tantalum bilithium phthalo.
I think it's
phase
just
select
water.
Ouroboros virus T and ammonia exit.
The insulation.
That's not the right material to put in there, Jim.
Yeah, what are you
Nothing
doing?
happens.
What are you doing?
How do I...
Fascinating, Captain. But it doesn't appear to get us any closer.
Spock's like, I see what you're trying to do. You want to cook up some drugs. That's fascinating, Captain. But I don't think that's going to help us out right now.
Nothing happens.
Good. We made some water, and nothing happened.
I don't believe you made some water.
Nothing happens.
You might need to turn it on or something.
Nothing happens.
Oh. Okay. Well, here, let's try.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you can do things with the top of the tanks, but not the tanks
Gas
themselves.
feed is on.
Oh, okay.
I knew that was a thing, but I thought that it was already like attached and you needed to do that to detach
Yeah,
it.
I did
That's
too.
not the right material to put in there.
Okay, well, where do I put
Nothing
the
happens.
insulation to cook these drugs?
That's not what you're doing here. Here you're making the thing.
Oh, no, I'm gonna synthesize in the other
Clean
room.
drink of water, but I don't see its application in the...
Yeah.
Okay.
So you take the water and then you
And
go to the
then
other
let's
room
go
and
to the other
you.
room. Yeah, okay.
I don't know if you need to stick
take a
the
1
insulation into the
container
machine
full.
that breaks things down to their basic compounds. Machine up in the foreground.
Seems likely true. Let's do this.
Take a distilled quantity of polyberyl carbonate.
Great. And now you've got, and now you can stick things in the nozzle and the thing in the back.
Yep.
That's for virus cultures on.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
That's at least sort of how things interact with each other.
Wow. Okay.
You fail to obtain. Done.
Okay, I can take the water. But I can't, like, pour the water in with this stuff. Or pour this into the water.
Right. You can't take the tub and put it into the thing because it's not a bottle.
It's not a virus culture or a bottle, yeah.
Nothing happens.
That's for virus culture.
Okay, well, you know that you can take a virus culture out of the fridge and stick it in the side thing.
A Crygelian 2 basic compound distillator. Excellent piece of equipment for reducing. Residue of a viral agent is... Residue of a viral... Nothing to report. It is a standard research. A Hawking neutrino ex...
I thought that might be one of those this is a door over here moments. We didn't have anything else out here on the bridge that we could interact with, did we?
No.
Okay, so now we're trying to figure out how to... Okay, let's go back to this room. Tell me about how this works again.
This is a synthesizer used to combine and replicate chemicals and form new compounds.
Oh, I didn't have these as like individual compounds when I tried to do this earlier. Okay, so if I stick this in here...
And now run the thing.
And now run the
the
thing.
water.
I think it'll give me the chemical that I want.
The machine synthesizes.
An unusual compound, Captain. It can induce laughter and feed
It doesn't affect Vulcans, of course.
Actually, Doctor, both Romulans and Vulcans suffer its effects.
Why, that's just dandy. Vulcan laughing gas.
Please, Doctor, this is not a laughing matter.
Nice.
So now we take the gas, we drop it in the vents.
And then we will go down to the bottom.
Do we need to make any of the other things, or is that like...
I'm sure we do, because we need to find a cure for the disease. But I'm not sure which things we need yet. I think we need to make ammonia, and that we aren't supposed to make laughing gas.
I don't suppose you'd enjoy the psychological release of a few good belly laughs, Spock. We could open the canister right here, if you like.
I would strongly recommend against it, Doctor.
I hadn't like clicked on anything, and that dialogue just happened.
With a hiss, the Romulan laughing gas billows down the vent. You hear the muffled sounds from the vent of hearty Romulan laughter, followed by the dull thud of bodies hitting the deck.
Rugged. They added this laugh track for the CD-ROM version, just for you.
Okay. Can you turn that wheel in the center of the thing? Okay. There's no, like, I doubt it.
I don't think you can, but I'll check real quick.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
I feel like you're trying to use it on
Nothing
Lieutenant
happens.
Ferris.
I am.
Nothing happens.
It doesn't seem like I can, no.
Great. Well, you knocked out those Romulans.
Yeah, now we can use this ladder.
As long as it's not like timed and they like get up. Alright.
Let's be good people and...
Jim, we've got to help these men before they die.
How do we help him? That dude's covered in blood over there. He looks bad.
I don't have the proper medicine to cure them.
You're saying cure the disease and save these dudes. Gotcha.
I don't think that's blood, I think it's just his tie.
Could be. Are you tied up there? We can untie you. Free Carol Marcus.
Thank God it's you, Jim. I'm so glad you came.
It's what I was afraid of, Jim. I think Spock is getting worse.
Anthony and I will look after these Romulans, Jim. Dr. McCoy, we could use your expertise on discovering a cure for the virus. All our equipment is at your disposal.
They've been through a good deal of stress, but they're already starting to recover. Their heart rate is dropping and their blood pressure is also dropping. I certainly see nothing there calling for it. I certainly see nothing.
Okay, yeah, don't.
Talk to the dude.
It's about time someone got here.
Sorry, I apologize. I vastly apologize.
An odd-looking device, almost like a 20th century torpedo, fitted with an experimental gear.
Why are you always making Genesis torpedoes?
Some kind of weapon.
Everyone on this project is an avowed pacifist, Doctor, myself included. We do not make
You have a
weapons.
history of making weapons. Or is it a future of making weapons? I'm not sure when this is
Some
set.
odd-looking equipment connected to the torpedo.
What does this stuff do? What's going on here?
We're conducting research into the origins of life in the universe. This is our equipment. We believe that, well, I guess you don't have the time. You can get the background in my doctoral thesis.
Oh.
There you go. Before.
Okay.
The hostages are scared but fine. The laughing gas did the trick, Jim, but the Romulan is still very, very sick. He's only got... There's nothing there...
How about a normal trifecta?
Fascinating. This device contains over 10 million forms of life. Patterns I have never seen before.
We call this the Cradle, Mr. Spock. One day I hope something wonderful will be produced here.
Sounds horrifying.
Nothing to report, Captain.
Okay.
It seems like everything down here is just useless.
Yeah.
Anthony and I will look after these Romulans.
Fascinating equipment. I believe I have seen this sort of equipment someplace before.
We're testing the effect of radiation on combinations of simple and complex molecules. We're trying to see what new forms of life are developed and how they compare to our own early development.
Fascinating.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a diplomat. These people will be fine. I've got to try to save the Romulans.
I've been trying to get you to
These
do that.
Romulans appear to be a negligible threat.
Alright, is there anything else in here?
I don't think so. I think this is a weird dead end. Like, it seems like it's a thing we needed to do, but...
Really thought we were going to come down here and get hot tips on how to cure the disease. I guess we've just got to go fumble around and discover that ammonia is the cure.
These Romulans are
Totally out of it.
These Romulans are totally out of it.
It's good.
Alright, well,
This door leads into another section of the base.
guess let's go whip up some ammonia.
I'm gonna scan this door since we've learned.
Nothing to report.
Oh, no
Nothing
scans
to report,
of the door. How about scanning the
Nothing
ladder?
to report.
Oh. Alright. Well, I guess I could have talked to them in this room to see if they had quips for each other. Okay, so ammonia is NH3.
So
I think.
Wrench on the tank.
Gas feed.
Take it off.
Nothing happens. You attach the anti-grav unit. You install the gas tank to the... Gas feed.
So you can not only you can synthesize ammonia, or you can synthesize some
The
kind of
machine synthesizes a
ammonia
little ammonia.
plus
I hope you don't want me to swab the deck with that, Captain.
Uh-huh.
I think we can set this aside and not worry about it.
whatever.
Uh-huh. I am also suspicious that that may be the thing. That I need more of this insulation.
Because you can pick up an infinite amount of it.
Yeah, I think so too.
You take a 1 liter...
Okay, let's go get some insulation. And we'll test just ammonia.
And I think then what you do is you take one of the cultures and you stick it in
Stick
the
it
thing,
in the thing and
you...
then run it, yeah. This. Take this.
You take the oral...
Throw a sample in. Machine.
You take the Ouroboros
No, I don't think you ran the machine.
Nothing happens.
Eureka, this is it, Jim. There's not much, but all I need to do is synthesize some more, and we're in business.
Alright, well, ammonia is apparently the cure.
I don't have the proper...
Huh?
Done.
Take a swig
A
of this
loud
ammonia.
hissing fills the room.
Uh-oh. you just opened up that ammonia.
Okay. Well, let's make some more ammonia.
Yeah, I understand. Is he just saying, like, do it again?
The machine
I
synthesizes.
hope you don't want me to swap the...
I think we can set this aside and not worry about it.
What?
You take a 1 liter container.
Oh. So, okay.
There's nothing there requiring a...
So look at your inventory. No. Well, okay.
You retrieve the Ouroboros.
But, like, look at your inventory. You've got... Oh.
So this is a cure sample now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do I need to do to synthesize a cure?
Can you break it down? Stick it into the breakdown machine?
Save real
Save
fast
new
so
game.
that we
Replace
don't
previous
waste a bunch of
game.
time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Careful, Jim. That's a distillator.
Touche.
I guess they
You
have
told
it.
me.
What I was gonna say is that it looked to me like your ammonia stacks
Nothing happens.
in the inventory,
Mm.
so you need more than 1 liter. I don't know.
Maybe I can stick it in here with ammonia. Did I make a yeah? So
Yeah,
that
it's
made
turned into
cure.
a syringe or
Yeah,
something
I made
somehow.
a syringe.
You take the hypo with Ouroboros.
It's ridiculous.
There. You're now cured. Thank you, Doctor. Finally, a human response.
I guess let's go. Do I have more cure? Do I
There's
have
no
to
way
do
of knowing.
this?
You might need to make more.
Let's find out. Okay, no, I've still got some. Okay, let's go down. Oh, you're right, it's just a sash. It wasn't just blood laying all over him.
The Romulans stir weakly, then begin to get up. They've all been cured.
They're severely dehydrated, but they'll live.
Oh.
We got to them in time.
Got an answer for you. Dump some H2O down the vent.
The Romulans drink thirstily and empty the container.
Take it easy now. You'll feel better in a few minutes. Good thing we
Good
have
thing
the
we have that
available,
water.
Jim.
We aren't barbarians, in spite of what some people think.
And you thought we were making that water for no reason, Lieutenant Ferris.
I wonder if I'm gonna need more water when I revive
Did you
this
use it
guy.
up?
They said I emptied the container. Let's see, let's look. Yeah, I'm all out of water.
I mean, like, you can go make more
I
water if you
guess.
want.
Let's just revive him and then...
The Romulan Preax stirs weakly, then begins to get up. He has been cured.
He's severely dehydrated, but he'll live.
Let's go get some more water real quick. Accidentally mix up some ammonia for him.
Just offer him some pure laughing gas.
He'd be like, man, can I get some more of that laughing gas? Because that was pretty good.
Gas feed. Nothing happened.
Isn't this fun?
It's pretty good.
You attach the anti-gravity.
Okay, so while I'm finishing
You
this
install the
up,
gas tank to the.
since this actually went surprisingly smoothly
Gas feed is on.
for being janky garbage,
The machine synthesizes a liter of pure
A
water.
clean drink of water.
So
But I
now,
don't-
take that water out.
and see if we can make another one and do
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah.
You take a 1 liter.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, docked for making too much water.
The machine synthesizes.
Clean drink of water.
Inefficient Starfleet use of materials. Alright.
You take a 1 liter.
Nah, just one.
Okay. I don't know. I thought I saw them stack for a second, but
Yeah.
whatever.
So we were talking about how, like, the dialogue of this game is very reminiscent of episodes of the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very quippy, very, like, back and forth between Spock and Bones in particular. What do you think of the writing so far?
The Romulan Preax drinks thirstily and empties the.
Take it easy now. You'll feel better in a few minutes. Good thing we had the water available, Jim.
We aren't barbarians, in spite.
It was a different take of the same lines.
Yeah, it was weird.
I have called off the Romulan attack on this station, Kirk. I believed your virus was some kind of deliberate attack, but your great honor and compassion have convinced me otherwise.
Because we brought him water.
You also conducted yourself in the most honorable fashion, Centurion Preax. You may return to Romulan space without Federation interference. I assure you, the Federation would never undertake such a foul program. It was all an accident, right, Dr. Marcus? Save it for someone who's buying Preax. Leave Federation space immediately or we'll scatter your atoms across the quadrant.
Nice.
You also conducted yourself in the most...
You are an honorable adversary, Kirk. Jolon True.
You are also a worthy opponent, Preax. May you live long and prosper.
Let me be your eyes.
You'll never cease to amaze me, Jim.
Goodbye, Carol.
Goodbye, Jim.
Well, gentlemen,
Carol
let's go
for like
home.
a second.
The writing is fine. Like, I think it doesn't.
Message from Starfleet.
Starfleet's
On
gonna
screen,
talk at
Lieutenant.
us.
We have read your report.
100%.
Nice.
And evaluate your report
Bump that mic.
100%. You and
There's
your
a
crew
fist bump
receive
for the
4
crowd.
commendation points. A perfect mission, Jim. You are a model for all Starfleet.
After you beamed a bomb on that last
Wonder
ship.
if I'll see Carol again.
Well, if you don't, you can always drown your sorrow in some Romulan ale.
I mean, I know it's illegal.
That's illegal, Bones.
Tell that to the Romulans, Jim. I found a whole case they brought on board the Arc-7.
It'll never replace Scotch, Captain.
That it won't, Mr. Scott.
Great.
There you go.
Now you know where he got the Romulan ale in Star Trek 2.
Could be true.
Another fine mess.
Priority message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have reports of an undetermined number of Elasi pirate
Oh, the
ships in
Elasi!
You are ordered to proceed to the Harlequin star system immediately and investigate. Starfleet out.
Alright, well, you gotta use the computer to find out Harlequin.
Elasi.
Elasi Prime, a binary star system which one inhabited
Look up
planet,
the star map for
Menalpha, is
that.
currently undergoing a revolution between factions which survived from raiding Federation ships and Elasi pirates. There are several bands of pirates based from Elasi Prime, the Ajalasi family, the Aj-30, and the Arbrasili. Recent events on Manalbalor have caused these bands, which typically battle each other, Ajalasi, meaning the Fist of Ilasi, a name taken by the Demiri pirate clan of Manalbalor and used as their surname for nearly 70 years. Alasi pirates.
Yes.
There are several bands of pirates
Ash
based on
3.
Alasi crime. The Ajalasi family, the
Topic not available.
Ilasi Prime, a binary star system which one inhabited planet, Medal Alasi pirates.
AJTHURI.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Topic not
So no, that's not important enough.
No. Harlequin.
Harlequin. Were you paying attention? Was it 2 ends?
No, that's one.
Harlequin, a Federation star system with 2 Class M worlds, both inhabited. Harlequin 3, Bardane, is an Earth colony that has been involved in controversy on more than one occasion. Harlequin 5, Aloysia, is a non-Federation world heavily influenced by Alasi pirates.
Good.
Topic nothing. May I suggest we arm our weapons and raise shields now in case of trouble, Captain?
Raising shields. Arming weapons.
Saving game.
What was this one called?
Another fine mess.
Save new game.
One, and we'll just call it Fine Mess. Let's see, binary, is it this one?
No, it's north, left. It's the left of the 2 in that one. Right, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not even a binary system.
Hey, listen. The programmers got
Two
astrologists.
Ilasi ships approaching fact, Captain. I'm also picking up an ion trail from a small ship, probably a scout. It left the sector just as we arrived. It appears likely that we interrupted the pirate attack on the scout.
Oh man.
Message from the Ilasi.
Now they're gonna interrupt you.
We'll show you what happens to those who come between us and our prey. Prepare to die!
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Yep. All Velocity are just blonde dudes with beards.
Come on, janky controls.
Good damage repair
Yeah,
gun.
damage. Let's repair
Looks like the engines.
those engines.
Aye, sir.
I like how he just interrupts what you're doing to let you know.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I did this. I did my job. Sensor.
Aye, sir. Sensors repaired, Captain.
Target analysis off.
He's trying to leave. I think he's trying to flee. Maybe you actually have Seems like the diplomatic thing to do. Just blast him out of the sky.
I don't know, I am less convinced that that's what was happening.
His target analysis disappeared.
Oh.
Aye, sir.
The The ion trail of the scout ship leads to the Harapin system, Captain.
Harapin?
Picking up the subspace signal, sir. It's very weak.
Patch it through, Lieutenant.
Enterprise? Is that you, Kirk?
Oh,
Friend
Harry Mudd.
I can't believe they sent you to rescue me.
That sounds like... No, please, say it isn't.
I have a visual signal now, sir.
You come to help me, Kirk. You've got to help me. I have had a terrible misunderstanding with the Alasi traders. Traders! They're out to kill me, Kirk.
Fancy that.
Well, see here, Kirk. I sold my Mud's miracle digrammers in perfectly good faith. A little sideline work, you understand? Now they won't leave me alone. No. They're tracking me again. I can't send coordinates. You have to come protect me. I'm a registered ship with the Federation. Mud out.
I'm afraid his ship is registered, Captain, and regulations require we respond to his distress signal.
Alright.
Harapan.
Harapan.
2 R's.
Topic not available, Captain.
Harrapan?
Try it without the N.
Without the N?
Just trust me, yeah.
Harappa, a star system whose fourth planet is the inhabited Class M world Chameleon. Chameleon has long been dominated by Alasi pirates, but lately has been struggling to break free of their influence.
Yeah, search for Chameleon.
Topic not available.
Okay, so Harappa's just the one next to this one. I was looking at the star chart, I was like, Harappa.
This one? Waiting for Scotty to
The
tell me.
Harapin system is binary, with a neutron pulsar in the vicinity causing difficulties with our sensor readings. I was able to trace Mud's transmission to this derelict.
So, our friend Harry is on board, no doubt. Can you tell me anything about the derelict vessel?
There are 6 major subdivisions within the hull. All systems are down. There is, however, limited atmospheric integrity. The environment appears to be the result of a temporary save-a-ship life support generator. Not exactly a reliable model, Captain.
We're being hailed by Mr. Mudd, sir.
Captain, you came.
Harry, I have to be touched in the head to have anything to do with you. How's your lovely wife, Stella?
That was a dirty trick, Kirk. However, you'll be glad to know I let bygones be bygones.
Uh-oh. It's probably a reference to an episode.
Fend off any pilots. I'll just finish my salvage operations here and be out of your hair.
So this is after Mud's women.
Computer records document that
But
you filed
before
notice that there was no
Wrath of
salvageable
Khan.
value here, and that the ship was a common...
Well, yeah, because before the refit.
Did I say no value? Minimal, Captain, minimal. I make nothing look promising when I file the report. We both know my judgment isn't always perfect.
I would say your judgment is never perfect, Harry. Perhaps we should beam over and judge the situation for ourselves.
Ah, that isn't necessary, Kirk. I can handle... I mean...
Harry, relax. We're old friends. We'll understand if things aren't picked up and looking neat. Kirk out.
Sensors repaired, Captain.
I was waiting for it.
So,
Aye, sir.
here's what I'll say about it. It seems like... I get that this was...
Mud. Harcourt Fenton. Harcourt Fenton, Harry Mudd, is one of the most infamous criminals at large in the Federation. A notorious con artist and troublemaker, Mudd has been imprisoned numerous times for petty crimes. While Mudd is not considered physically dangerous, he is quite devious and often uses dangerous means to ensure the success of his schemes. Starfleet captains who encounter Harry Mudd should be extremely wary.
I get that the voice acting for this happened, in the early
Captain's
90s.
Oh.
Oh, dang. But it seems to me, in particular, Shatner is just like reading. Like, it's not even like he's 0% acting. He's just like literally reading whatever words are in front of him with no inflection of what is actually. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. We're sure that your ship looks fine or something like that. It's just like the inflection is unnatural and doesn't make any sense.
That's true. Let's see. Please. Stream.
Yeah. Well, let's cut it there.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Do we need to talk to him still? Yeah, so we'll need to talk to him. So we should remember to talk to people before we leave the bridge, basically.
Shield's repaired.
Alright, well... I'll just save it again. Why not? Whatever. Stream.
See if the next time you load is playing that mission failed music on a 8-second loop. Can't do anything about it. Quit.
I was trying to see if, like...
Yes, quit the
music would just come back up.